wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Yeah, it is Friday, my favorite day of the week. It's time to get crazy and take your pants off.
Already there.
All right, good. We're all on the same page then.
I didn't even wear any to work.
Great. That's it. Okay.
It's awkward in the lobby, but once you get in here, you're amongst your friends.
You're good.
See, the people were cool because I had a mask on. It's when I don't wear a mask is when I get the eyeballing.
I think honestly it'd be an interesting experiment. Go into a room with pants and no mask and the looks you get, and then go into a room with a mask and no pants and see what gives you dirtier looks.
You're right, depending on the crowd.
Yeah.
It's very fascinating.
What? How dare you not wear a mask? Yeah, it's phase 2 starting today for a lot of Florida.
Not us in the 3 southern counties, but
Yeah.
We're phase 1 still?
yes.
Yeah, we are.
All right.
Yeah, we are. It's all kinds of crazy out there.
It is, because I think like Wednesday had a really high number of COVID, and they were like, oh, this is the highest number we had in a while. And then Thursday beat Wednesday.
Okay, so there is a trend.
There is a trend.
Of it going up a little bit?
A little bit.
All right. Just asking.
Here's what it is. Now, on Thursday, the state posted 1,419 new cases. South Florida's share of the increase has declined, though, to 38%. So, some people were talking about those numbers, and there's places like in Martin County, I don't know why, but they saw a 234% increase in new cases over the past month.
Well, I go there a lot because I live in Martin County. And so for me, it's a preferable journey to the Walmart in Stewart rather than the Walmart in West Palm. It's just easier to get there. I go right up US 1. We got that jet ski in Martin County, in Hobe Sound. Like, I'm in that area a lot, and I just don't think people thought that they had it like the 3 southern counties, Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami. There was a certain safety bubble that Martin County believed it was in, and I think, when you think you're in a safety bubble and you don't take all the precautions, that's when, it can spread.
Yeah. Well, Martin County was number 1 in the state.
Dang.
For the highest percentage increase, and by a lot, 234%. Now, keep in mind, it could be that percentage always looks crazy when you had a low number to begin with.
And it did. It had a very low number.
If you went from like 1 to 3, you're like, oh my gosh, that's a 200% increase. So when you have low numbers, that could be it. Now, the number that I pay the most attention to, because there were some alarming numbers that they were throwing at you, and they were kind of like, what does this mean? Well, here's to me what seems to be the most reliable number to watch, and that is the percentage of the amount of people testing positive who are taking tests, because they are increasing testing in the state of Florida, and the threshold is 10. If you can keep it 10 or below, they seem to be confident with the openings. Now, even with all those numbers that are probably reeling you back today that you're seeing flashing on the news, 8% of all tests in Palm Beach County are coming back positive. 6.5% in Broward and 9.7% in Miami-Dade. So still kind of under the threshold.
Still below 10.
Even as you see those numbers. So people were tweeting at us, be like, this is insanity. But look, I'm like everybody else. I'm trying to understand all this. But for me personally, that seems to be the number that I'm heading to kind of get my bearings on stuff. Because, when you see that the state posted 1,400 new cases, we're over the 60,000 case mark, 2,607 deaths. You're like,
this is complete madness.
Right. It makes you feel like, whoa, what's going on? But that, to me, gives me clarity as to what the story is.
It's not complete madness, but it's also not over. I know some people have decided it's over, and they're like, just going back to regular life, bruh.
Sure,
That's not the right way to handle it either.
We've had other distractions for the last 10 or 11 days.
Yes.
So phase 2 is going to be opening for all counties except for Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade. And I'm not sure what Monroe's doing. They're south, obviously, of Miami. And I don't know if this applies to them.
Not the strip place.
The what?
Monroe's the club?
No, Monroe's the county.
Oh, table dances are coming back, Kevin.
Okay.
Got to keep it 6 feet away, though, Virginia.
Bars and pubs can do 50% inside and full capacity outside.
I kind of already feel like full capacity outside has been going down everywhere, even in Palm Beach County.
Yeah, my daughter keeps telling me about how Tin Roof is going off.
Yeah.
And that's Delray, Palm Beach County. So I don't know.
I know of restaurants by me that only have outdoor, and they were touting that the rules don't apply to them because all they have is outdoor.
Okay.
I was like, all right, I didn't
All
know
right.
that.
Well, now if you're phase 2, if you are not in those 3 counties, then you're right. You can't have full capacity. You're good. Restaurants can now allow bar top seating. Movie theaters, bowling alleys, and concert venues are allowed 50% capacity.
And that's outside Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami.
Yes.
I love bowling outside.
It's fun.
Chip your ball, though, on that pavement.
I'm not sure how that's going to work. The ball's going to go really far each time you roll it.
Into traffic. Gyms can operate at full capacity now in the phase 2 areas. Tattoo parlors, tanning salons, and massage establishments are open in phase 2. That's your phase 2 stuff. So if you're Martin, St. Lucie, Okeechobee, Indian River,
You're in phase 2.
you're phase 2 today.
I wonder if the tanning industry is going to take a hit, only because it is such a you're going into something where other people were at, and it's so closed in. Do people still want to get their tan on?
I think it's still affected, even though it's opened up. I saw a news station that had done a poll with their viewers, and they're an area that covers the Treasure Coast and whatnot. And they said, okay, phase 2, you're going to be going out. And the thing that stood out to me for some of these places that are opening, it looked about like 70% of people are like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to hold off a little bit longer. So even though it is open, doesn't mean that people are going to necessarily flock out to all those places.
I'm not going to have that tanning/bowling Saturday I usually have.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
Tanning bowling Saturday. I mean, if you went to Martin County, you could make it happen.
Yeah.
You do love going north.
I do love me some Martin County and the Pizzle, of course.
You need to get into some Hope Sound. You would love it.
I would move up there. It's too far from the station. If we can move the station up north, I'll move to Hope Sound.
I practically live in Hope Sound.
We could get fired and move to the Treasure Coast stations.
Yeah. It's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, I mean, that could be your future, Ralston.
We just have to keep heading north.
Yeah.
We'll retire in New York City.
Hey, Space Coast, here we come.
Yeah, that's right. Universal Orlando is going to be opening all 3 of their parks today. Got to wear a mask. Got to have a temperature under 100.4 to get in.
Is there capacity problems with that? Anybody can go? How many people can?
I think I had heard that they were doing 50%.
Okay.
I believe that was it.
How are they going to do the roller coasters? Is that going to be?
I believe they're open.
But I'm saying, okay, are they going to have it where you have to go every other
Yeah, it'll be
space, probably?
I don't know. I'm fascinated to see that.
It's kind of cool that you don't have to sit next to some random guy if you don't want to.
It's not cool, though, if you have to wait extra in the line, though.
True, but there's only 50% capacity. So
Double true.
Will it even out?
Great question, man.
I'm just happy I don't have to share an armrest with someone who's gross. If they let you like have your own row to yourself, that's cool.
Rapids Water Park also is going to be opening up today. I'd like to drive by there and see what it looks like for their lines. How are they going to do that? Because they got those towers. Everybody walks up the steps to get onto the rides.
I'd like to see how they're going to do that wave pool. You could be 6 foot or 6 feet apart from each other, then all of a sudden that wave pool comes on, knocks you over, and you're going to be right on top of each other.
Oh, boy, those lifeguards that love to work the whistles are going to be happy.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. Some of Florida is starting to open up here for your weekend.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in a second, your boy Jake Paul is in trouble, Kevin.
Yeah.
What did he do? This isn't good. He certainly shouldn't be doing this.
Uh-oh.
I'll let you know. Police are upset with him, and they want to charge him.
Okay.
Before we get into that, Gabrielle Union is filing a new legal complaint. It stems from the story we told you about after she was fired from America's Got Talent. She said, look, it's a toxic culture over there. It's sexism, it's misogyny, it's racism, and it's all led by Simon Cowell. And now she is filing a new legal complaint saying, he can't continue to act like this. And other white judges said the same thing. Remember? It's Sharon Osbourne came out and said that she agreed with Gabrielle, that it was not a fair environment for women and for people of color, and that Simon was the leader of all that. So this will be interesting to see with the new temperature what Simon will say.
He wasn't acting when he was being that jerky judge.
I don't think he was.
No, I don't think he was either.
I believe the man was being true to his personality, but was he behind the scenes doing like racist jokes and sexual discrimination and excessive focus on female judges' appearances and race-related comments? It's a bunch of stuff that she's accusing him of. So it'll be fascinating to see how his company, Fremantle Productions, responds to this new legal accusation. Kanye West was in Chicago yesterday, in the area that he grew up in, joining protesters to protest the killing of George Floyd. He's donated a lot of money, too. They say about $2 million so far to various causes, and set up a college savings fund to cover tuition for George Floyd's 6-year-old daughter, Gianna. So she will have her college paid for by Kanye West. And finally here, Jake Paul has been charged by police in Scottsdale, Arizona, after they say he has been caught on camera looting from a mall.
He just said he was documenting it, Virginia.
He was charged with criminal trespassing, unlawful assembly, and he has reacted to the charges, saying, "Give me my charges so we can put the focus back on George Floyd." I mean, what are you doing? If you're a rich YouTuber, why would you be going to the mall and taking stuff?
Oh, because he's making a YouTube video, and
that's what he's claiming. They were documenting everything. They weren't looting. They were documenting it.
Interesting. Keep us posted.
Those are his words, by the way.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got on your mind today, Jay Bird?
I want to thank one of our KVJ Nationers, Heather, who sent me this cool article, which is adorable. It is a Star Wars Resistance class for kids 7 through 12. It's an online class for Star Wars, and they can log on, and they got this teacher that they talk. I guess that basically what they do is they discuss all things Star Wars with little kids, and they talk about their favorite characters, and they all have different perspectives of what the Force means to them. And it's really, really, really kind of adorable. And if anyone's interested, the website looks like it's outschool.com, but it looks like these online classes are selling out. But if your kid is in love with Star Wars, this is something they probably would love to do.
Okay.
It's very, very dorky for adults, but cool for kids.
Okay.
I wonder if they offer that for adults, an online kind of a lecture and class. Only thing, though, with adults, they start to fight about Star Wars stuff, Virginia.
Adults right now are fighting about everything, Bird.
Yeah.
Show me one thing that people are not screaming about on Facebook.
Anytime me and Kevin bring up Star Wars on the air, I always get at least one or two scathing comments about how I'm wrong. I'm not a real fan. Real fans respect the prequels.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, it's again, outschool.com if your kid loves Star Wars.
Okay. What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
Am I being tricked? Okay, so Mags came into my room last night. I'm trying to get ready for bed. It's 9:30, so it's past my bedtime already. And it's her and her little neighborhood girlfriend, and they're saying they must go to the beach tonight because there's some phenomena in the water where the water starts glowing. There's some like bio illuminating, I don't know, I don't understand what they were talking about. I just wanted to go to sleep.
Okay.
But is this just some kind of ploy to be on the beach at night, which she knows I don't like her on the beach at night? She loves the beach in the day, in the night. She don't care. Any chance that she has to go to the beach with all of her little friends, she loves it. I am quite sure there's going to be a bunch of other kids out there that have also told their parents there's some bio-illuminating water tonight.
I'm not even kidding you. The best parties were at the beach at nighttime. Double Roads in Juneau is where you'd always have the parties.
Yeah.
They still go down there.
It's a full moon tonight. So
Right.
whatever is going on, the water glows and it's a full moon. And I'm like, is this a trick or is this real?
I think it's real, but I also think there's probably some social stuff going down.
There's, this is a way that makes it sound like it's of scientific benefit
It's educational.
to go socialize. Yeah, they say that this moon is going to be bigger and more colorful than other full moons because of its path across the sky.
You can see it from the house, though. Y'all look up at the moon. It's the same at my house as it is on the beach.
I mean, the moon gets so many great hype articles written about it.
It's great. It's
They're
actually
always
kinda cool.
promoting the moon.
But it's kind of
man.
awesome. I mean, from a guy wearing a NASA shirt, you would think you would agree.
I agree, but I sometimes feel like they overhype the moon. And then there's other times where the moon is amazing and you don't hear anything about it.
I'll
It's
tell you
weird.
what, let's take away the moon and then see if it's overhyped.
I'd like to see that. Actually, I wouldn't.
No. Oh my gosh.
That'd be freaky.
That's all we need in 2020. Wait, what? The moon's gone now?
Well, scientists cannot find the moon.
Yeah, wait, what is going on here?
Chaos.
Chaos. Everything's okay, but the moon is gone.
What?
And you're just kind of waiting for it to all go down.
Yeah, my son, this is what he's going to get for staying up. I was up this morning at 4:30 and I heard some chatter coming from his room. This is my, 11-year-old, almost 12-year-old son.
Whoa.
4:30 in the morning.
He stayed up all night?
I don't know what's going on, Virginia, but I went and to me, I sat by the door and I listened, and I think he was chatting with some girl.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were talking about, I don't know, like, oh, you broke up with her and blah, 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 and that kind of stuff that happens, when you're around the age of 12.
Oh, boy, it's starting.
And, yeah, I got to talk to him about a couple things. One, there's no point staying up till 4:30 in the morning. What you doing? The rest of the house is going to wake up. And then, two, you got to talk softer, my friend.
Well, that's what I would tell him. I would say, look, if you're going to do this, you got to do it to where your parents can't find out.
Yeah, I mean, when you got girl talk going on, yeah, I mean, you're like, like,
Don't bring it down.
And don't get involved in girl drama. If it's drama,
yeah, I think he's speaking to, how that stuff goes.
He's
Yeah.
probably facilitating the drama because there's another girl he's interested in.
Well, I think he was speaking to a girl and, listening to the conversation. But it's always kind of interesting as a parent because you're right. Your kids only show you one face. And I
Right.
did the same thing with my parents. And every now and then as a parent, they do notice when they see the other face. It's kind of like Two-Face from Batman, or, that one, was it Skeletor, that the head would flip around and it'd be a different person. Your kids are like that too. There's the face they give you and then the face they have and the language they have when they talk to their kids. And sometimes as a parent, it's weird and it's kind of jarring when you're hearing them speak to their friends and it's not the way you're accustomed to hear them speaking.
Was there any swearing going down?
The girl he was talking to dropped the S-bomb twice, I heard. I didn't hear anything from my son.
You could
but
hear it through the. Wait,
I
was he,
guess.
was he
It
on
was like 'cause
speaker?
they- yeah,
who
'cause they-
is this hooker?
He had it on speakerphone.
Oh, easy now, Virginia. Let's.
He had it on speaker?
Huh?
Did he have it on speakerphone, or was she
Yeah.
talking so loud you could hear it?
Oh, I could hear it. No, I was on whatever it was. I could
She
hear
was
it.
on speaker.
Yeah,
And
I
she was
probably
dropping
It's
S-bombs.
probably FaceTime.
God, Cannon, we got to talk.
They all FaceTime.
Yeah.
This is what they do.
Wow.
Mags
I am
FaceTimes
so
everybody.
old.
Because this is how it sucks. I'll be in the bathroom getting dressed, just getting out of the shower, like boobs out, the whole thing. And Mags will walk in to ask me a question, and she's FaceTiming with one of her friends. I'm like, Mags! Like, get the hell out of here. You're on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Be careful of these kids on their FaceTime.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff from both of you. I mean, your kids are growing up. They're hitting that area.
And I've been through one lap of it. I've had kids that are 22. The twins are 22 now. And so, this is going through it again. But it just reminded me that it is interesting and it takes you back to the language and the way you talk to your friends versus the face you put forward to your parents. And just know, too, kids, You got to keep it down because if I didn't have more work to do, I would have stood there until the conversation was over. Because
if it was Saturday,
and I had nothing going on, because it was unfiltered, raw talk, and I was getting more truth out of my son than I ever would, because I couldn't sit with him and get that kind of reality out of his world and what's really going on and where his mind is now.
what do you think you learned from this?
Well, I learned that, okay, because the other day, and I listened to this because his older sister, she's 22. And so, sometimes he's hanging with her and he winds up in more adult type situations than I'm comfortable with. And so I'm trying to encourage everybody to please remember that he's only 12. So, I know the other day my daughter is at a party and I understand that Cannon is there, and and he comes home with the poster of Miss January for Hooters. Apparently she was there.
She was there?
Yeah, so he's
Kevin,
hanging out,
that's a great
he's
party.
hanging out with Hooters calendar girls, and then
When you were 12, were you hanging out with
No,
Hooters
I
calendar
wasn't.
Is there a
girls?
reason why the Godfather over here did not get an invite?
Yeah, it sounded like a great party. I mean, there's beer pong, and apparently Cannon was crushing it.
So Cannon was at a kegger?
Yeah. So yeah,
Wow.
I'm like, guys, come on, man. The kid's 12. Help me out. I'm trying to be a good parent here.
He is so happy.
Oh, I know. And so, Caitlin and I hear the conversations, and I'm just trying to listen and not, flip out as dad and be daddy. So I'm just listening more than anything else. And, she asked him about girls. He's like, girls have cooties. And I was like, okay.
That's an act.
That's what you say when dad's in earshot.
That was dad talk. Now I know the truth. That's the revelation that I got from eavesdropping on the conversation this morning is, he's putting on the front that girls have cooties. He ain't there. He's
saying that for you.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Well, think about you. How old were you when you first started talking on the phone with girls and really kind of, 11, 12?
We had different technology, but I was passing notes and thought that I had a girlfriend in third grade, I think. Penny Sheets was her name. And so was that young innocent.
Sounds like a porn star.
She might be
a very
now.
low budget porn star.
Penny Sheets.
They sound like they're on a bed and they're dirty. Lots of stains on Penny Sheets.
Oh.
I hear you. You're right. Hey, I was doing my best in Logan, Virginia. I mean, come on. You got to work with what you got.
Penny Sheets. That does sound like a porn name.
But yeah, I mean, you got more into stuff by 8th grade. I think for me is when it really kind of started to pick it up. Now, my son could be the age of a 7th grader going into 6th grade. He was on that cusp and we held him back.
He's 11?
It's going to be 12 in a week from today.
I would say 12 going into 13 for me was when I really was starting to want to talk to girls and make it happen.
I know he's there now.
Yeah.
So you ain't fooling dad with the cootie talk. I know where you are. I know where you've been. Yeah, come on. I'd be like, come on, man. Come on, man. Be a little honest with me. You can talk to dad. I'm pretty cool, right? I'm I'm not going to jump down your throat.
You are cool, but here's the thing. I remember when I was around that age, I kept all my crushes to myself, especially with my family, because when they did find out that I had a crush, they teased me about it, and I knew that. I wasn't ready for that.
My family is like, I'm not like that. I wouldn't do that, but absolutely with the older siblings and grandpa, yes, he would get teased.
So he's probably doing that too a little bit.
Yeah, he will keep it bottled up because they will tease him endlessly on that.
And it does. It sucks when you have a crush, especially your first crush, because you're just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
And then you have outside forces making you feel weird about it, so that's going to make you kind of...
He trying to figure it out. I just wish he wouldn't be trying to figure it out 4:30 in the morning.
Well, he's an early prepper like his dad.
No, I think he's still up. He ain't waking up that early. I see you, big dog. Come on, man.
Spend your early mornings watching the KVJ Show on YouTube. Just search KVJ Show and put our questionable faces up on that flat screen. 97.9 WRMF.
Talking about what it's like dating when you're real young, like elementary school type stuff, the fun things that you do. I remember making a paper necklace for that Penny Sheets in 3rd grade, and then I colored the blue like a ruby on the end of it. And I thought it was the sweetest thing ever.
A blue is a sapphire, Kevin.
Yeah,
Red
that
is a
wasn't a smart
ruby.
kid. Dumb or adult.
I remember Sarah Knutson. She was first grade, the biggest crush. I just was in love with her, but I was so afraid to talk to her. I was in first grade, and I told my mom about this crush, and my mom went to the bookstore at Lake Park Elementary, bought a bunch of those erasers that smelled like food. Remember those? Mm-hmm. And then she gave them to Sarah and then pointed over to me. There's my son Jason, and he really likes you. And then she gave her the erasers.
It'd be in your best interest to return his love.
I never talked to Sarah.
She Italian
with the threat.
style was like, let me tell you how this is going to go, kid.
You better like my J-Bud, or else. But my mom gives her...
If you ever hurt him.
She gives her the erasers, and I never talked to Sarah. I like you from a distance. It was weird.
I remember at elementary school, my best friend Rob was dating this girl, Heather, or going steady or whatever we called it. And I remember it was the sweetest thing. They would kind of almost like play house. She would take this plastic pen holder and she would put glue on there and act like she's put it in the oven because my buddy Rob liked to eat paste. And so she would act like she was cooking him glue.
How old was Rob?
And he would eat it. It's just like third grade, fourth grade.
Okay. You should not be still eating paste in the fourth grade.
He's a little old, Rob.
What's this guy, a little off?
I agree. Oh, yeah, he's way off.
He's still eating paste.
Dude.
He might be.
She needs to dump that guy.
But honestly, the core of it's loving.
I would
sweet.
love to check in with him, and at 46, he's still eating paste. That'd be amazing. Oh, I can only hope. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, my son is 10, and he has a quote-unquote girlfriend. She was choosing between two boys, and she made them foot race at recess. He was obviously the winner. So,
Wow.
That's like a duel.
The fastest boy wins her heart.
I get it. You know, I mean, come on. That's what nature and biology is all about, right?
It's all messed up.
Survival of the
Wow.
fittest.
That's just your genetics telling you what to do.
That's right.
That's like animal nature taking
A
over.
swift, strong man is what I want. Foot race for my affection.
I would love to know if those two guys, the two kids that ran, are they friends or are they not friends
Not
now?
anymore.
Yeah, I wonder.
It's fascinating stuff. Well, just kind of looking at the calendar, you see the news and you're like, okay, we're into another day of protesting here. I believe it's 10 days that the protests have continued on here in America. And it seems like some of the tougher stories that we heard the first couple of days have gotten to be a lot better, seeing a lot of examples of peaceful protests and some really good stories that are happening that is going on around the United States and as you see around the world as well. Yesterday they had the memorial service for George Floyd in Minneapolis, and they had people like the Reverend Al Sharpton, who was speaking at his memorial service yesterday.
George Floyd's story has been the story of black folks, because ever since 401 years ago, the reason we could never be who we wanted and dreamed to be in is you kept your knee on our neck. It's time for us to stand up in George's name and say, get your knee off our necks.
So there you go. There was a lot of other examples that had happened peacefully throughout the country yesterday as well. A lot of celebrities were there at the funeral service. People like Kevin Hart, Ludacris, T.I., Tiffany Haddish was there, Master P. All showed up in attendance yesterday. But there's some really good things, and I'm trying to focus a lot on that through all of this. And obviously our police departments, that is one of the things that a lot of people are talking about here today. And received some emails, you know, they're interesting just from people who are in the police community. And it was the wife of a police officer that had sent an email and just said, it's been tough to see my husband going to work this week. He's just carrying a heavy burden with him. You know, from his perspective, he's sad to see the stories and he wants everything to be better. And I saw this story today, and, you know, the thing to shine a light on, hopefully more people do pay attention to this, is in a lot of instances, things are getting better. I know when you look at the news and you see the protests going on right now, you think that it's the worst it ever could be. But I was reading this story from the New York Times today, and they said that police departments have adopted new policies, and while problems remain, the number of shootings and deaths have fallen significantly in a lot of cities, like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Baltimore, Chicago, Philadelphia, Phoenix, all seeing positive things. In fact, in L.A., they said fatal police shootings have declined in each of the last 4 years. They're down to 12 last year. And they are aware, and they're taking action, they realize more needs to be taken. But it just goes to show you that, if you do stand up and you say something, that people do listen and things can happen and there can be positive results. The changes often revolve around training officers to de-escalate situations and reduce the amount of force they use. Tougher measures have been in place in a lot of these cities to get rid of violent officers. Zero tolerance policy. And that seems to be what I'm seeing more and more, and it's what needs to continue to happen in these other cities, to look to all these cities that have had positive results over the last couple of years, and they're trending down, to say, okay, what are they doing? Let's do the exact same thing.
You love that when you hear about good officers seeing the bad officers and then saying, you can't. I'm going to police you because I'm your brother.
Absolutely. I've seen that a couple times. They've had a video to try to show where a cop did it wrong and they lashed out at a protester. We had our own case in Fort Lauderdale, but right away the other officers are like, that's not how we do it. We don't do it that way. And they're holding them accountable, saying, look, you stand behind that badge. You represent us and what we're supposed to be doing here for the community, and that's serving and protecting. That's not doing it.
And it's putting everybody in danger.
Yes.
It really is putting the good cops in danger.
So I know that you see a lot of stuff, and boy, just one quick glance at the news can make you pretty depressed to seeing what's going on. But there are some positive stories that I think deserve a lot of attention as well, that hopefully people are listening, and it looks like they are, and they're responding, and hopefully things can continue on this path and continue to get better. Celebrity birthdays we got going on here for today. Got a little bit of a shout out to Mark Wahlberg. He's one of the highest paid actors on planet Earth. In fact, I think he was maybe last year. 49 years old today. Sure, he's going to have a nice birthday. And Jeff Garland, who's been on the Goldbergs and also played the manager in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's turning 58 today.
His name's Jeff on the show.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Wasn't he also in, what was the Eddie Murphy movie? It was the Daddy Daycare? Wasn't he in that?
I did not see that.
Oh, geez. You're missing No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. You're not missing anything. Also, happy birthday to Ashley from Joshua. Sent that in. And we got also a birthday shout out to our amazing daughter, Caitlin Steele. 31 years of love and joy. We treasure you, Mom and Dad, Scott and baby Kennedy Grace, Nick and Afton, and Courtney and her family. So a lot of people giving you some love there from the 772. Got a birthday you want on the KVJ show, you just let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com, and we'll get it for you. All right, here we go. It's time for another round of the No Name Movie Game. Our champion is Dennys over here, flossing the belt today with his third win on the year.
I figured I'd leave it in the room.
Yeah.
He's so humble.
Oh, I know.
And to have that hair and be that humble.
Oh, I know. My goodness, it really is coming in strong. I love it.
Well, thanks, guys. Yeah, we'll see.
Nice.
I'll probably, when everything's lifted and things get back to normal, get it trimmed up a little bit.
Okay.
You're the prettiest champion.
Oh, well, thanks, Barry.
Okay, well, let's see if Virginia can hold the belt back in her hands after this round. She's got 10 wins on the year, going for 11, trying to widen that gap. The Bird was just one behind at one point, and now that gap is a little bit wider, and it didn't close with Dennys picking up the win last week.
Yeah, I've really crap the bed, as they say.
You haven't had a good month, yeah.
And we've been off. And Dennys has used this to his advantage to quietly creep up.
Yeah, I've gained extra weight. I feel like that weight's bringing me down as a competitor.
Slower, fatter.
Yeah.
It's making me talk slower and fatter, if that's possible.
Talking, sometimes you do need to be in better shape.
Yeah, my tongue has gained weight.
The fatter you get, the harder it is.
I can actually hear old footage of the show, and I can tell what weight I was when I was just listening to it.
I can do that, too.
Like,
Definitely.
Struggling.
You can hear it in my voice. Okay, Nick is on here from West Palm. Hello, Nick.
KVJ show.
All right. Let's do this. Virginia's trying to increase that lead over the Bird here today. We'll see if she can do it. She's going to give you the clues to the movies. Can't use any of the characters' names, any of the actors' names, or any of the words from the title of the movie. We've got 60 seconds here on the clock. If you are ready, your time begins now.
You do this in aerobics. It's a little bench that you go exercise on.
Step up.
Yep, you got it. It's the movie about the guy that sang, I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, down, down.
Johnny Cash.
But the movie's called, if you're on a tightrope, you're what?
Walk.
Pass. Pass on that one. Fat guy in a little coat.
Tommy Boy.
Yes. It's one more than 8, and it's a football term.
9.
Football term. Pass.
9.
Dude, hang 10. We're going to catch waves. It's another thing that these bros say, man.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's the opposite of down, and
Up.
so what if I'm going to catch waves? What's up, dude? Surf's up.
Yeah.
Whole 9 yards.
Surf's up, scores down. You got 2.
2.
Wow. Okay.
What
All
a
right.
turd.
Gonna feel really bad about this round if Virginia wins today. Just saying.
It's happened before.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Keep in mind, me and Dennys had 2 goose eggs 2 weeks
That's
in a row.
right. Yeah. that wasn't a pretty round. Let's see if that repeats.
Corona, bruh.
Got David on here from Wellington. What's up, David?
Not much. How are you, sir?
Okay, doing well, my friend. Thank you. The respect that he brings to the show
Sir,
I liked
that's
that.
Nice.
is much
Sir.
wanted around here. We
Yeah.
just lack a lot of respect in this studio.
Yeah, no one ever calls you sir.
No, I don't get that kind of. Yeah, I don't get that kind of respect from this crew.
I liked it. It sounded nice.
It did sound real nice. It's wearing on me.
Don't
I
get
like
used to it.
Okay, Denny's going to give you clues. He's the champ, by the way.
He is.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up.
Yeah, champion man, champion hair.
Yeah.
Got it all.
That hair.
It is looking good
Oh,
today.
man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's that argan oil.
I can tell you put some extra love in it.
He does that thing where is it primping or crimping? What
No,
do you do?
it's neither.
It's
Straightening.
Straightening.
So yeah, it's a whole thing now. I gotta blow dry it, then I gotta put this product in it, then you gotta straighten it, and then you gotta put argan oil to replace the oils in it. It's a whole process.
Oh, well,
Look, you're the champ. You deserve this kind of mic time.
it looks like you put effort into it.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
You're glam. This is called glamming, and
All
you're
right.
glamming.
60 seconds here on the clock for Denny's and David. Your time begins now.
This is what happens if you drop to the ground. It's a dance move where your legs separate. It's also a person who has multiple personalities. A movie about that. It's also a banana blank.
What?
Yep.
What?
This is if you die and you have this metal item that opens doors. It goes into the slot. You rotate it and open the door. Die, open door.
Death key.
Yep, you got it.
Glitch.
This is it's a train that comes around in December, and it's whimsical. I
Polar
guess.
Express.
Yep.
Polar
Let's
Express,
see
yeah.
here. This is if you are become a ghost and you didn't complete everything in your life, you would have this. It's a phrase. It's also pass that one. They're blue. One of the guys wants to eat them so he can gain their magical properties. It's an old. Yep.
First.
This is he shoots web from his hand. He's also going to a dance for high school.
Spider-Man.
It's close. It's homecoming.
Yeah, you need a homecoming part, but you got a 4 spot.
Ooh.
So the champ might hold on to the belt unless the bird foils his plans.
And you look glam. About to start a glamdemic.
That's good.
We got Dave on here from Port St. Lucie. What up, Dave?
Oh, nothing much, sir. I'm gonna continue the serves. with you.
Ooh.
I like
Gosh, man, I'm telling you.
Dave, I can't tell you how much I need this. Thanks, Denny's.
Hey, same story, but today let's get this win. All right.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right.
Bird does need it.
Taking down the glam champ.
I'm gonna hear that term all
Beautiful
weekend.
hair. We don't care.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, you get a 5. You become the new champ here, Jay Bird.
Okay.
60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins now.
A cat has this.
A tail. Paws.
No,
Balls.
when they die.
Hair. Fur.
Think about it. When they
9
die.
lives.
Yes. I'm gonna kill you with my My weapon of...
Machine gun.
No, think about it. He's got human skin for his head.
Don't we all?
RoboCop.
No. He's a murderer. He's a murderer with a chainsaw.
Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
But no, his name.
I don't know
his name.
I don't know his name, Bird. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Pass, Denny's. Pass,
You got
Denny's.
thrown off by that.
If I protect you and you're a celebrity, I'm called what? If I protect you.
Bodyguard.
Yes. Opposite of light.
Dark.
It is a long, straight up concrete building. A synonym for a building.
Dark Tower.
Yes.
Dark Tower.
You're living in this, man. You're.
A dream.
You got a 3.
Oh. La La Land.
Dennys holds on to the belt, moves
Dang.
to 4 wins, and is catching up with the bird.
Look at Dennys.
How about that? He's creeping up on you.
The people's champ.
the glam champ.
Yeah, the glam champ.
Wow.
The glam tramp.
David, congratulations. You're going to go into the weekend as a winner, my friend.
Yep, let's go for the 3-peat next week, Dennys.
Oh, yeah.
That's exciting stuff.
I'm excited.
Okay, Dennys will try to carry on the traditions.
You sound like you are jacked up.
Yeah. This guy loves that win, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Got a little positivity here for you on your Friday with some Feel Good Fridays. I think we all always would like to get some good news. Focus on the positive side of life. Somebody said, my Feel Good Fridays, I want to give Suits a shout out for planting that bug in my ear a couple of months ago about scooping up the cruise stock. That Royal Caribbean stock got me doubled up. I tried to message and thank him on Instagram, but Suits hates his fans and didn't answer back.
Oh, damn, Suits, the burn, the burn.
Well, he's big time.
I'll tell you who does not hate their fans. Cy Dobbins loves his fans.
Oh, the British traffic guy?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. Also, Lisa from Pompano said, my Feel Good Friday. Super excited to celebrate my granddaughter's first birthday on Wednesday. Feeling really getting up this beautiful Friday. Very nice. Do I see some sunshine actually creeping through that?
Oh, my gosh. What a miracle.
Boy, that'd be something, huh?
Yeah,
we actually got to see the sun.
sunshine.
Oh, wow. How about that? What a beautiful thing. Got a positive call out here to our son Brady and his cousin Olivia for graduating from kindergarten. We're so proud of you both, from Mommy, Daddy, Julia, Zoe, and Jetty. And you can see them right there on Kvj TV.
That's a precious picture.
Absolutely it is. Talking about precious pictures. Melissa sent this in, said we're going to go pick up our new addition to our family. Nico is his name.
Oh, my God.
Look at that puppy right there.
That puppy is amazing.
So cute.
Look at
Yeah.
that thing.
Isn't he great?
Oh, I love him.
Brown and adorable. The cutest puppy dog eyes you ever see.
That dog's going to grow into a very handsome dog.
Yep, absolutely. So there you go. That's a lot of fun. It's a nice little feel-good Friday. A couple other really cool things I thought were great to share. There was a black couple in Gainesville that was surprised when their waitress at Hooters paid for their meal and wrote Black Lives Matter on the receipt. That is some great positivity. And you wonder what you can do to make the situation that is going on all around us a little bit better. That's just one quick, easy example. More than 5,000 peaceful protesters in Idaho came out for a candlelight vigil this week, and the vast majority of people in the crowd were white. That's another great thing that you can do. That if you're white, saying, hey, how can I show solidarity and unity and my support? That is a great thing that you could do there as well. Communities in Philadelphia couldn't get groceries because stores were closed due to looting, so the owner of several ShopRite supermarkets teamed up with a charity and distributed free groceries out to people. That's a cool little statement. And the companies that have some money, they are putting it in the right places. Apple, Facebook, Verizon donating $10 million each to fight racial injustice. Bank of America pledged $1 billion over 4 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So that is some impressive stuff. And I got to tell you, the protests that we've had in South Florida, at least from what I've seen on the news and over the last couple of days, it seems like things have been really nice and peaceful, and things that you'd be proud of and say, okay, this is truly getting a message across in the right way. And was really proud and impressed with the speech that Coco Gauff gave. This girl is 16 years old. And you've probably seen her. She rose to national prominence in 2019 when she defeated Venus Williams in the first round of Wimbledon at the age of 15. And she's now the youngest player ever ranked in the WTA Top 100, sitting at number 49 right now. And she was in Delray Beach speaking at a peaceful protest on Wednesday. And here is what Coco Gauff had to say.
My name is Coco, and who just spoke was my grandma. And I think it's sad that I'm here protesting the same thing that she did 50 plus years ago. So I'm here to tell you guys this, that we must first love each other no matter what. We must have the tough conversations with my friends. I've been spending all week having tough conversations, trying to educate my non-black friends on how they can help the movement. Second, we need to take action. And yes, we're all out here protesting, and I'm not of age to vote, but it's in your hands to vote for my future, for my brother's future, and for your future. So that's one way to make change. Third, you need to use your voice. No matter how big or small your platform is, you need to use your voice. I saw Dr. King quote that said, "The silence of the good people is worse than the brutality of the bad people." So you need to not be silent, because if you are choosing silence, you are choosing the side of the oppressor. So I heard many things this past week, and one of the things I heard is, well, it's not my problem. So this is what I have to tell you this. If you listen to black music, if you like black culture, if you have black friends, then this is your fight too.
There you go. Coco Gauff did a great job, and so did that person who just randomly was tapping a drum. Was that to keep her on tempo? I'm not sure what was going on there.
I don't think she needed your help. Drum person.
I got this. Thank you, though.
Thank you, but I'm
appreciate
good.
the drummer we got in the crowd. This is going to get played on the radio. It could be very distracting.
We can't even out the levels. Yes. Trying to hear Coco, not the louder drum.
Dunk. Dunk. So she did a great job. So lots of good stuff
What
for Feel Good Fridays.
Great kid, man.
Yeah.
She is a young girl to be that well spoken and put together. And
yeah,
that's awesome.
Love to have those kind of leaders stepping up, doing what they're doing at the age of 16. It's not about your age. It's about what you do with it. You know, today is National Doughnut Day.
Yeah.
All right. Exciting stuff.
I should have put that in my Dunkin' commercial. I didn't put that in there.
Damn, missing the mark.
I really did. Wow, I missed.
And you're the voice of Duncan.
I missed the mark big time.
Oh.
Yeah, they say that America's got 10 favorite types of donuts, and in order, glazed is number one.
When glaze is done the right way, especially if it's just been glazed and it's warm.
Oh, yeah. Hot, fresh, and now.
Oh.
Boston cream, second favorite.
I love it. That's the one I get when I go to 7-Eleven. I'll get that along with the Slurpee.
Boston cream or Bavarian cream?
Bavarian, because I don't know, man.
Bavarian's better, dog.
I don't know. I'm too close to the subject. And I really,
as the voice of Duncan, you might be.
What is the difference between your creams? Between Boston and Bavaria?
I believe Boston has more of a whipped...
Chowder flavor?
It's not chowder.
No, I think
it's a whipped cream.
I think you're wrong.
Bavarian is more like a creamy, like it's a yellower tone.
Yes, velvety.
It's more like a puddingy cream.
That's in Boston cream donuts too.
I think Boston is more of a white whipped topping cream.
I think you're wrong, Virginia.
I don't know. Fight me.
I know the ones you're talking about, and I love them, especially when they have chocolate on the top.
They both have chocolate on the top.
And in the middle, it's just that white whipped creamy kind of stuff.
I believe that's Boston is the white whip, and Bavarian is the puddingy, yellowy, creamy.
I'm going to risk my entire reputation and say the witch is wrong on this.
Okay.
I think Boston cream's got that like puddingy.
We got a cream fight.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And I want, and if I'm wrong,
loser has to get in a pool of it naked.
Where's the punishment?
Right. Yeah. That's for the winner.
I've thrown him in the briar patch.
We call that the hottest weekend ever.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Number one favorite donut in America, glazed. 2, Boston cream. 3, chocolate frosted. 4, jelly.
Jelly. Not powdered. I like the sugared jelly.
You're wrong. Not about that. You're wrong about the cream. Boston cream. You have a Boston cream donut. It's got that pudding in there.
Kevin's trying to move on.
Sorry, I can't. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Kevin, it's not going to be good for the next 20 minutes till we solve this mystery.
She just dug her heels in too long, and it annoyed me.
I hear you. She's over here flaunting like she knows what she's talking about.
Boston cream's got the pudding in there. She made me second guess myself. Do not make me second guess myself.
Bavarian cream is custard, but it has some whipped cream folded into it to make it lighter. Boston cream is custard without the additional...
They both have custard in it, though. I'm telling you. You're talking about... I know the one you're talking about, and it is a star on its own.
Okay, there is a difference.
There is. But it's slight...
I like the yellow, not the white. The white is Boston. The yellow is Bavarian. I'm looking at pictures.
But they're... All right, I don't want to fight about this anymore. I'll take this during commercial break.
But you do want to fight. You want to fight until you realize you're wrong.
I'm not wrong, though.
Boston is white, Bavarian is yellow.
Okay.
You're making it sound like it's not. You're making it sound like the Boston is whipped cream, and it's not. It is absolutely pudding-ish.
Here's the key differences. Boston cream is a cream filling that is used in multiple desserts like pastries, donuts, pies, etc. On the other hand, Bavarian cream can be used as filling of sorts as a dessert itself. Boston cream uses cornstarch while Bavarian cream uses gelatin. Bavarian cream uses both whipped cream and heavy cream, while Boston cream mainly uses milk and eggs, and it's custard as well. Boston cream is served mostly with chocolate, while Bavarian cream is usually served with fruit sauce or sweet puree.
What can we do to come to an agreement here? Because we're at an impasse here.
Bavarian cream is custard, but it has some whipped cream folded into it to make it lighter. Boston cream is custard without the additional.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Okay. Do you agree with that, Virginia?
I don't know. I don't like you talking about stuff you don't eat. That's what I don't like.
I agree with the witch on that. That's a little insulting, too. You do not speak for the snack community.
And Bavarian cream is the type of custard, while Boston cream is the type of donut.
But here's the thing. They all are similar in taste. They're similar in texture.
Yeah, they're very close.
It's very close.
That's why you got to debate it.
Give me the yellow and keep the white. I don't like the white. It's too fluffy. I like a puddingy, gooey, stick on you. It's much more fun.
Yeah, again, I don't think Virginia
Bavarian,
knows what she's talking about.
Bavarian all day.
Somebody said Virginia is incorrect. Bavarian is the white frosting stuff. Boston is the custard pudding.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry V, wrong about the donuts. Virginia is wrong. Boston is yellow. I think Virginia is thinking of vanilla cream. Virginia is wrong. Bavarian cream at Dunkin' is the same filling as Boston, just powdered instead of frosted.
So
Virginia is wrong.
No.
Virginia is wrong.
I'm looking at pictures.
I'm just telling you, there's 20 text messages here saying you're wrong.
Boston cream is white.
Would you like to do your donut apology now? Or would you
Never. I'm doubling down.
Virginia's in the pool. Sorry, girl. The poofy whipped is in the powdered vanilla donut. Boston and Bavarian are both cream.
Try to come out the snack king. Stay in your lane.
No. I'm doubling down.
There's not one person saying you're correct.
Go talk about Kylie.
Not one.
Talk about Kylie Jenner.
Wow.
Not donuts. Sit down.
I've never seen so many comments about Virginia as being wrong.
I'm looking at pictures.
You're wrong, V. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You're getting confused with the whipped cream.
There we go. All right. Who would have known that?
Hey, we
just a
burned-
simple discussion over donuts.
For 7 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Want to feel better about your own messed up life? Check out the people in the whacked out news every weekday morning at 8:45 on the KVJ Show. 97.9 WRMF.
Thank you very much. Got some more submissions here today that people sent us from various misconnection sites. People still trying to connect despite the social distancing we should still be maintaining in our lives. That's not stopping the creepers these days. I don't know if anybody's up for this, if you've trimmed lately, but I see here in an ad that a guy's giving out crotch haircuts.
Oh, what an angel.
What a sweetheart.
Please tell me you have his number.
You look disgusting, V.
We could connect you should you need his services.
I want to hear what this guy's got to say because I got to tell you, I could use a trim.
Why don't you call as Lana and invite him over?
I don't hate that idea. Although I think this guy would probably like it.
It says here, ladies, I'm not trying to boast over here, but I am great at shaving crotches. I know COVID-19 has you all hairy and messy. Let me take care of that nest for you personally. I'm great with my hands, and I promise that my hair cutting equipment is clean. I'm not bad with scissors either. I'll make sure that I get all those pesky little hairs. You know, the ones in the deep crevices on your body? I get that this sounds weird to your average kind of woman. This is clearly a solicitation for women who enjoy the fetish world. I'm open-minded to any fetishes that you might have. For example, a few months ago, I let a woman feed me her toenails because that's what she was into. So if you're somebody who hates boring sex and boring foreplay, you should give me a shot. I'll keep your attention. I'm looking for women 18 to 34 years of age, so send me a picture of your smile and your butt. If I like, I'll send you a message back.
So there's a lot to unfold there.
Yes, there is. I don't know if we should, but there is.
So he said he was with somebody that did what to him?
There was somebody that fed him toenails.
So
and he was into it.
That would be categorized as a foot fetish, Virginia.
Is that real?
I have no idea. That's a great question.
It sounds like somebody's just putting stuff out there that they just want to get attention.
But you would be surprised what's real. I know you're very
toenail eating.
Virginia, no offense, but you're all hiding out there in Tequesta, kind of vanilla.
I'm Bavarian cream.
There are some people.
Yes, she is.
Not vanilla.
That would be her stripper name.
Some people are into some freaky stuff. You don't know about that world.
I don't.
Here's another interesting post. Female seeking a male. It says, you told me you work for the CIA.
Hi, my name is Rita. I had sex with a young man 2 years ago in a Target parking lot. You were the best lover that I have ever had. You went by the name of Shane. You told me that you work for the CIA. But I found that to be extremely sexy. We ended up getting a motel room somewhere in Boca Raton, and after our parking lot pounding, we did nothing but have sex and smoke weed throughout the entire night. And when I woke up, you were gone. My panties were taken, and so was my bra. I was crushed that you had gone. You told me things about your job that I could never get out of my head. Did you really work for the CIA?
No.
What do you think?
No.
Did you take my bra and panties because you want to wear them?
Yes.
I'm still wearing them.
Did you lace the weed that we had that night?
Probably.
And did you know that I had crabs?
Uh-oh.
Oh, so who had crabs?
I have so many questions that only you can answer, Shane. You said that you travel a lot because of your CIA career. You also said that you come to South Florida often. If you do come back, please message me so that I can get some answers.
I think we all agree there's no way that guy's in the CIA. Well, I don't think you can smoke weed if you're in the CIA, can you?
No. He was in the CIA, SEE.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that one real?
You get away with it till they make you pee in a cup.
That's right.
Yeah, I feel like the CIA is going to make you pee in the cup, right?
I don't know. Are you suspicious?
It's a good play. I'm sure it's not the first time it's been done where somebody tries to pass themselves off as a federal agent.
He sounds a little sloppy for CIA.
Well, you know, they do test for crabs.
If a single Virginia was in the bar and this hot guy came up to you and said he was in the CIA, would you find that sexy?
I'd think he was lying.
You
Yeah.
would?
Yeah. Because guys do that all the time.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of those guys really put that out there first, right?
They're not supposed to. I don't think you're like your boss would be happy if you were going around in the bars all drunk yelling about how you're in the CIA.
So CIA though, that whole the CIA persona doesn't turn you on.
It doesn't seem very CIA-ish.
Well, not the weed part. Definitely not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think they can probably do a lot of drugs if they're in the CIA.
I would imagine no.
Somebody's looking for their bad boy Brad. Says, Brad, I miss you. You were such a bad boy the last time you were here. Your kennel is all ready for you. And I have plenty of treats, too.
Oh, my.
You can eat them out of your bowl. And I kept it nice and dirty for you. I bought a new leash that I'd love to try out on you. So what do you say, Brad? You ready to be my bad little pet again? Don't wait too long to respond. I have another bad boy that I could put in the doghouse if you don't show your face.
Brad.
He's not as dirty as you, Brad, but he will do. His name is Gary.
Why you gotta out Gary like that?
I'm still in the Miami area, so inbox me, Brad. You're going to get the punishment of a lifetime, and that's how I know you like it, bad boy Brad.
Bow wow wow yippee yo.
Yippee yay. Bow wow yippee yo yippee yay.
Bad boy Brad.
Bad boy Brad.
Brad.
Get it.
Get it. All right, man. A lot of crazy stuff out there. Ever see one of these fun little posts you want on the KVJ show? We'll read it for you. Mail at kvjshow.com. Send it to us. Yeah, somebody texted in and said, yeah, you are not allowed to tell people if you're in the CIA. I always wondered that because I was watching, I think it was Jack Ryan. That's that one show that they've got on Amazon Prime with, what's his name? Krasinski?
John Krasinski?
Yeah. And he's always like, he's got some alternate title of what he does.
You got to be on the down low.
Yeah.
You can't,
it makes sense.
You can't smoke weed in a motel in Boca with somebody you just met.
You cannot. Somebody thinks that maybe Jaybird is Brad.
Oh.
Bad boy Brad.
Now
wow, wow,
that's
yippee yo, yippee yay.
Bow wow, yippee yo, yippee
Shocker.
yay. Uh-huh.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Got a lovely, fascinating mess going on here today in your Whacked Out News. Lots of chaos and craziness. Including this story here about 40-year-old James Simpson. James is not really a nice man. He attacked and robbed an 80-year-old guy in his Port St. Lucie home. And then he got arrested after he drove himself to jail in this 80-year-old guy's stolen Jeep.
He drove himself to jail in the stolen Jeep?
Yeah, apparently what James Simpson did was he busted into the elderly guy's home on Tuesday, stole the guy's Jeep Wrangler and credit cards, and then told police he decided to drive himself to the jail in the victim's stolen Jeep after he saw a surveillance photograph of himself on the news and social media.
Okay, so he's turning himself in.
Yes, but in the guy who he assaulted's Jeep.
Yeah. He's not a good man. But he probably got scared because he knew that his picture was out there and they were coming for him anyway.
He's like, I gotta get myself to jail.
Let me just return the Jeep.
All I got's this Jeep that I've been buzzing around town in.
Okay, all right. Tag on a little Grand Theft Auto, no problem. There's a woman in Largo, Florida, up near Tampa that had some domestic beef with her boyfriend, and she decided to hit him with a hamburger in their mobile home.
I get it.
There's no way you could hurt me with a hamburger.
Is that a challenge?
It really is. We talk about this all the time.
What are we going to have, a drive-by barbecuing on your neck?
There's always these food fights in the Whacked Out News, and I always say, Virginia, bring the food and try to hurt me with it. I don't think you can.
I don't want to waste hamburgers, but I would like to hit you in the face with stuff.
I'll eat
I'm very torn.
I'll eat it after.
You'll eat all of them?
Totally.
Wasn't it hot dogs the other day?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way you can hurt me with a hot dog. The only way you can hurt me with a hot dog is you froze it and jammed it in my eyeball.
Kevin said he thought of a way he could hurt you with a hot dog, but we can't get into all that.
I hear you.
I got you, big boy.
How do I not think of that
Hello,
every time?
Brad.
Yeah, you forgot about it twice.
I know.
A plastic surgeon is offering drive-through Botox during the coronavirus outbreak.
I don't hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
You ever heard of Dr. Miami?
No, who's Dr. Miami?
He's this guy. He's always looking for attention. He gets on TV.
Is he good or is he like a
Hollywood.
shyster?
He's a TV personality.
Yeah, well, he's been running a clinic for injections in the garage of his home.
Oh, no, you can't do that, right? You have to be in a actual medical facility?
Yeah, and apparently he can do it because, hey, Miami-Dade is only in phase 1.
I'm sorry. If it's out of your house, I don't want it. I want it if it's a drive-through where I pull up to the medical clinic and the doctor is there. It's different than some dude's garage.
How long does Botox take?
Are you setting me up for a snore?
No, absolutely not. I'm really not. Let me know.
I think it's just a quick injection. He said it worked because even people wearing masks, he could get, the areas that he needed, even if you kept your mask on.
Yeah, they can shoot you up in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Now, how long does it last? Is that the question?
No, how long does it take the procedure?
Oh, seconds.
Yeah.
You can get Botox. If you just have like one area you want to do, it can be done in like 10 seconds.
So what he's saying, people can just pull up, and apparently people are doing it. Those who use the drive-through Botox service pay an average of $600. He said he came up with the idea when he was sitting in his car at a drive-through site to get tested for coronavirus antibodies.
Huh.
600 bones, is that a good deal?
It depends on how many areas that is. You better be getting a lot of Botox in a few different areas, not just one. 600 for one is not a good deal.
Any idea what the pricing is from county to county? Is it more expensive to do the same procedures in Miami than it is in Palm Beach?
I think with reputable, good doctors, it's pretty much standard because those guys all have a code of ethics. It's only when you go to like Groupon and stuff where you can like get in trouble and get like less than stellar injectors. It's all about your injector. If you don't have a really good injector, you can get jacked up.
You're very lucky, Kev. You have very youthful skin. You have no wrinkles really at all. I mean, I lead the league in crow's feet.
Yeah.
You're 4.5 years older than me.
Yeah.
Or 4 years older than me. You look younger than I do.
Every day I use like a face cream. I saw a guy probably 10 or 15 years ago, and I was like, how old are you? And he was like 56. I'm like, there's no way you're a day over like 32. And he showed me his ID, and I'm like, what do you do? He's like, I've used like skin cream on my face every day since I was 20. I'm like, how about that?
You got great skin, man.
Yeah, maybe it's paying off.
Look at you, all pretty.
That was the secret.
Looking real handsome.
Yeah,
like a tasty snack.
Thank you.
I think that's a much better route because sometimes when men get Botox, it looks different than when women get it. I think a lot of times a few wrinkles on a man looks sexy and distinguished.
See?
If it's subtle.
He's calling you sexy and distinguished.
But if a guy goes overboard with Botox, like we can tell, and it looks weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm more.
Guys should go more like Kevin's skin cream route.
I'm at peace with having wrinkled face versus Botox.
Yeah.
As a dude, I just
You're a dude.
Yeah.
You're a man.
I'm a little rough. I live hard.
This is a medical procedure that I don't think I would recommend. There's a porn star in Spain that conducted a spiritual ritual for a man that involved psychedelic toad venom.
What?
Didn't go well. The guy died, and she's been arrested. Yeah, psychedelic toad venom from a porn star in Spain. Though it starts sexy, it doesn't end well.
What could go wrong? That sounds like a Mad Lib.
Death, yes. I know. Fill in the blanks. Bizarre stuff.
Which toad is venomous, and do they bite you?
I think probably just let you lick them, and then whatever you lick probably kills you.
Dang.
Yeah, it's this weird toad. They wear rose-colored glasses. They got a puka shell necklace, and they're wearing rainbow colors.
And they smoke a little weed.
They do. Yeah. Psychedelic toads. Yeah, man. People in Philadelphia looted a furniture store and took everything except a Dallas Cowboys recliner. They're Eagles fans.
They sent a message.
There was a guy in England who was so happy McDonald's had reopened that he was busted driving 136 miles an hour trying to get there.
Wow, dude.
He loves McDonald's.
If they're open, they're going to be open for a little while.
Well, he really wants these Jones for that Big Mac.
Yeah, some of them close. I mean, we're fortunate, at least here in West Palm, we live near a 24 hours a day McDonald's. Anytime you need a little Big Mac, boom.
Yeah. It's nice to have that luxury.
It's nice to have that sense of peace, that security there.
It's a plan that didn't go very well. A family in West Virginia faked a woman's disappearance and claimed she fell over a cliff. They were trying to keep her from having to go to prison, but...
Oh, my.
Yeah, did not work.
She was trying to fake her own disappearance?
Yeah, and her family helped her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like I could disappear. No one would ever know where I was at. I could get a second life.
You could.
You would leave so many trails.
Nah.
Paper trails, sauce trails.
It's not like you stand out.
Crumb trails.
I'd have to make some adjustments for sure.
You can't.
No, I could do it.
Yeah.
I'd be gone for 30 years.
Oh, whatever.
Okay.
All right.
There's a man in Texas that bought a car at an auction and found 74 pounds of cocaine inside.
Wow.
Wow, how about that, huh?
What did he do with it?
Snorted it.
At once?
Yes, all of it. 74
Dang.
pounds.
Hoover.
I don't know if you guys heard, but an asteroid the size of the Empire State Building is looking like it's going to pass by Earth tomorrow.
Is this the same story that they've been bringing? I swear to you, this has been a repeat story for the last year.
It does seem like this stuff always comes up.
It's the same one.
And we find out with less than 24 hours notice always.
I think we've already covered the story, and for whatever reason, it's resurfaced.
But it's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why.
I know, but everyone's like, I can't believe this.
Oh, I can't believe this.
Yes.
It's tomorrow.
You're right. Good point.
So wait, we got a hurricane,
Yeah.
a global pandemic,
Yeah.
a race war,
Yeah.
and now we got an asteroid heading for us.
They're
Yeah, we
saying
do.
it's not going to hit us, but then again, they are wrong a lot.
And it's 2020.
No offense against NASA. I know I'm wearing their shirt today, but they're not always right.
You need to call them and make sure this thing is far.
Okay, they will not take my call.
Aren't you the voice on the radio of the NASA Space Center?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so there you go. Something else to look forward to.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Well, this is the time of day where we really test Denny's knowledge, see how just in tune he is with the force of weed. We've got producer Dennys knows when you're high coming up here in just a little bit. So if you want to play along, we're looking for our stoners to dial us up, 877-979-WRMF. But we also like to throw a couple randoms in there, people that have not smoked at all today, maybe never, to try to throw him off the scent. He's going to try to guess if you are high or not. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. We can start getting those lined up. But Jaybird has come up with another test for Denny's here today. So he's really under the fire now.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm calling out Dennys. Winning the no-name movie game belt, kind of thinking he's all that.
Oh, he is. Look how he comes strutting in here. He's got a strut to him today.
Boastful, they call him.
Yes, you're right.
He's got that bouncy hair that just, it accentuates it.
It's looking good.
Your hair's got a lot of
Yeah.
traction today. A lot of people talking about it.
Well, good.
You got through that awkward phase, and now it's just a beautiful supermodel.
Funny enough, there's one more awkward phase left that you have to trim it. It's weird. To get your hair longer, you have to trim it.
It's like a bonsai tree.
Yes, it is.
yeah.
Which has been going off lately, my bonsai trees.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of rain, and then we have...
What's doing best, your bonsai, your worm farm, or your shrimp?
Geez. It's got to be the bonsai right now. Although the shrimp have been they've been doing great.
He's too in it. It goes number 1, shrimp, number 2, hair, 3, worm farm, 4, bonsai.
Really?
Yeah,
You put his bonsai last?
Yeah.
That thing's been popping, though. The last 5 days,
All right.
it's really been producing.
He's real in it.
Let's not fight.
Oh, we already fought about donuts. By the way, people are still texting about that donut fight.
Boston versus Bavaria.
They are.
Yeah.
People are hot mad.
I will triple down.
This is weed strain or not. I remember you aced this, I think, the last time we did it. So let's see if you can rattle off a perfect score here. Some of these are real, some of these are fake. You got to be able to identify which is which.
I try to
Dennis.
trick you here.
All right, they do come out with a lot of these each year, so let's see if I'm up on my thing.
Mount Cushmore.
I hope it is, but I don't think so. That's a pretty clever name.
You think it's bird cleverness? She's over there trying
It
not
smells like the bird.
It does.
She's giggling because she likes her comedy.
No, I do.
He got a little bit of that George Clooney schmarmy on him, doesn't he? Yeah. He look a little
Funny.
Look a little schmarmy over there.
Mount Cushmore. I don't think so.
Yes, whatever.
Yeah, you got your boy.
Reading you like a
You got your
book.
boy. Yeah, look at him over there. He's so
This
pleased
is the
with
man
himself.
who's the champion of Dennys knows when you're high. You can't trick him.
I know. I try.
Weed strain or not, Cinderella 99.
That is a weed strain. That's a powerful weed strain.
If you leave your shoe behind.
Yes.
Really? What do they call it? Cinderella? Is there any kind of connotation to it?
A lot of the names now are mixing two different strains together. So that's a typical thing they do now because you have like Chem Dog, which is a mix.
Everybody knows the Chem Dog.
Chem Dog.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of the mixture ones, but anyone can name anything they want. You know?
You're a guru, man. I don't know what I was thinking.
Here comes Suits.
Yeah, he's just.
He's doing your job.
Yeah.
I thought Suits had something to say.
No.
He did come in here like he had a message.
He did. I was like, wow.
He's on a
okay.
mission.
Maybe Suits is about to school us on something.
Yeah. All right, what about this? Weed strain or not? Weedy Gonzalez.
No. There's no way.
You're right.
That's so bird. It's so bird.
I mean, that's a hilarious name.
It is.
What about spiritual spinach?
There's no way, right? Spiritual spinach, I've never heard of.
Okay, you're saying fake?
Fake.
You're right.
He's good.
Golden goat. Is that?
That is a
weed strain?
real weed strain. Golden goat. I just saw that on Leafly.
Okay.
Leafly, bruh.
I believe that's a real one.
saw that in Leafly.
You are correct.
All right. I was just saying, I just saw that one.
Okay.
Doing real good, kid. Doing real good. You're acing this thing.
What about Tom Danks? Is that a real weed strain?
No way.
That is so bird.
And Bird loves Tom Hanks.
It's
So,
got
I mean,
your stank all over it.
It's got my dang Hank thing.
Yeah. It does. Oh, God. Daddy's on it again. Okay, what do you think about Ewok? Is that a real weed strain or not?
Ewok. I mean, that could easily be a bird trick. I haven't personally heard of that. Ewok. I could see them naming it though. Ewok. I'm gonna go. I think he's trying to trick me. I'm gonna go. That's a real one.
You think he's trying to trick you with a real one?
I think Bird is trying to trick me with a Star Wars reference, but I think that is a real weed.
You're correct.
Wow.
Thought so.
Can't touch this.
That's right up your alley too to try to trick me.
That's
with
why I
Star
put it in
Wars.
there. He knew.
He
That's
saw.
a real weed.
He saw you.
Wow.
He sees this.
Okay, weed strain or not here, Dennys? Smoke-a-luficus. Smoke-a-luficus.
There's no way that's real. I do love the name, but there's no way that's real.
You aced it.
It should be snuff a lot of Kush. Add that extra flavor in there.
That's why he's just that much better. Dennys Pure Perfection. Just a second ago, weed strain or not, he aced that. Will he ace this test as well? Producer Dennys knows when you're high. These people might be high, they might not be high. That's what Denny's got to try to figure out here with just a couple of questions. Megan comes on here from Port St. Lucie. Hello, Megan.
Hey.
How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. All right. Denny's going to grill you here. Some pretty tough questions. He's going to try to decide if you're high or not.
Did you win No Name Movie Game today?
I did.
Yeah.
Man, he's having a really good week.
Unbelievable.
He's in the zone.
Everything
right
is
now.
going well
My
for him right now.
gosh.
This is a golden week.
Oh, yeah. It's
For
been a
him.
good Friday.
Yeah. Good Friday. Absolutely.
All right, Megan. First question. If someone was cooking you for dinner, how should they prepare you and what size would you want?
Definitely want macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes, and you have to have a lot of sauce.
Oh my gosh, you're my kind of girl.
Chambers liking this party.
Say it slower.
Okay. Well,
Very cool.
it's almost like she's thought this through before.
I'd be barbecued, slow
would?
roast.
Okay.
Let's see.
I would want to be deep fried.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, you
think,
would be
I
deep
think
fried.
I would be delicious deep fried.
Yeah.
Almost kind of like a cheesecake. You bite me, it's hard on the outside, but oozes on the in.
Yeah. I think I'd have to be broiled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't season it too much. Too many calories.
Yeah. So we got rotisserie Dennys, deep fried Jaybird.
I want to be pickled.
Oh.
You should be in a little steam pot with some oysters and those little.
You want to get dim sum?
Not with you.
You want dim sum it is?
I want none of it.
Come on now.
Let's see. Second question. If soup was currency, which soup do you think would be the most valuable?
Oh, Dennys.
Oh,
yes.
that's a good question.
I'm a New England clam chowder guy.
Finally.
I mean, lobster bisque.
Oh,
Right?
tomato bisque.
No.
That would be, you'd be so.
It's not fancy enough.
What do you think here, Megan?
Oh man, maybe broccoli and cheddar.
Oh, that's a good one too.
It is.
What about bouillon? The bouillon cubes. That almost looks like something of wealth, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does. It's very plain.
It's just chicken broth.
It is.
Let's not be fooled by the name.
Bouillon.
I used to love bouillon cubes until I saw how much sodium was in
I
it.
know. It's like you're gonna be puffy for about 4 days.
Oh, yeah. I used to love those things. And final question. How many Falcons do you think it would take to carry you to work?
Good question.
Is it?
A lot. I don't know, like 30.
Question: are they fully grown?
Fully grown Falcons. I forgot to state that.
It's very important to this answer.
I think she said 30.
Yeah.
That's too many.
Well, I got a lot of stuff to carry with me, so they're gonna have to carry me and all my stuff. I mean, I think that's a good amount.
30 seems right.
I was gonna say like 7.
I was going to say like 50.
Oh, I don't know. You want to err on the side of caution.
7 Falcons ain't carrying you.
Is that a fat? That's a fat comment. I know you didn't say I was fat, but it definitely had. It had the hintings of a fat dig at me.
7 ain't carrying any of us.
Maybe it's the fact that you looked down at my gut when you said that.
Her eyes darted down and back up.
Oh, you're wearing a belly shirt. What do you want?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Don't get in my head. I'm self-conscious enough.
What do you think here, Denny's, about Megan? Is she high or not?
Getting a little high vibe from her. I'm getting a high vibe from this whole room.
Right? we messed that one up for you,
No, it's
Dennys.
fine.
I'm sorry.
I was paying attention. I was kind of not. Let's see. I'm going to err on the side of caution. I do get a little bit of high vibe, and it was that initial giggle before I even started asking questions.
It was a pure.
Like, it was
stoner
like when you're
giggle.
trying to hold it and you let it out by accident.
Megan, are you high? Megan?
Yeah, I think she's high.
Megan?
We'll never know.
I mean, Suits is working the phones. I blame him.
He put it as a yes. So.
Oh,
All right.
So she was high.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be very ironic if Falcons just carried her off?
Like, catch you guys later.
There's only 7 of them.
We have no.
I hope somebody got it on video.
At least 30.
At least 30.
I think you guys are
There's no
overdoing
way.
it. Yeah.
Between 30 and 50. Dennys is right.
I just don't think you guys know Falcons. Burn.
Liz is on here from Boynton Beach. Hello, Liz.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Okay, producer Denny's is again just crushing another round of producer Denny's knows when you're high.
Crushing it.
Yeah. Couple questions here for you. What do you got for Denny's?
Out of all the cereal mascots ever, who do you think would be the coolest and who would be the worst?
Ooh, you got to go with Tony the Tiger,
Being the coolest?
being the coolest.
All right. He's positive.
Okay.
Who's annoying?
This is so easy.
And the worst is the Rice Krispies guy.
All 3 of them?
There's
Snap,
3
crackle?
of them.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
Yeah.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
No, Mikey from Life. That kid, that little complainer. Oh, Mikey don't eat anything. Oh, Mikey don't eat anything. Mikey from Life. Boom, the worst.
But Mikey liked it.
Yeah, he's still a little complaining.
Kind of like you. Self-loathing, are we?
Okay, next question.
Would you rather be in a hot tub with a zombie or a werewolf?
Ooh.
It's a great question.
Neither one sounds good.
They're both being cool though.
Zombie.
Okay.
I can see that. I think the werewolf.
The only problem, though, I mean, when zombies start to prune.
Oh, gross.
I just feel like the werewolf would be very aggressive.
Well, hair in the drain, too.
Yeah, I think I gotta go zombie.
You got problems with both. The zombie, I mean, body parts might start just coming off in the jets, though.
But I feel like I could turn the werewolf. I can make him be cool.
When you say turn him? Was he straight when he got in?
Now you're dating?
That full moon.
It's gonna get really hot and heavy with the werewolf before it does with the zombie.
You can turn him.
I can turn the werewolf. Zombie, they're too fake.
10 minutes with a straight werewolf. He's coming out super gay. It's good to know. All right, next question.
If you could change the sound that farts make, what would you change the sound to?
Oh, yeah.
I'd make mine Aruga. Aruga.
Kind of like an old car horn.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I agree.
Or even a foghorn. Yeah.
What do you think here, Liz?
I would say a car horn, a beep.
Yeah. Short and quick.
It can even be a cat meow, any noise.
A growl, a tiger growl.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I don't know. I've had a few that actually sound like tiger growls. They're scary.
The beginning of Ice Ice Baby.
Interesting.
And that's all it is.
That's all it is.
Every time you fart.
No.
I like that.
That'd be
Okay.
awesome.
Well, what do you think? Is Liz high or not, Dennys?
She's very soft-spoken.
Understated.
Understated. Sometimes a tactic to throw me off. The women are a little bit tougher than the guys sometimes.
They
when they're
always
soft.
are, Dennys.
Yes, you're right.
Sexist pig, Denny.
Oh, is it? It's something I've observed. Incredibly weird. Weirdly, I'm getting a high vibe from her.
Interesting.
Very odd.
Hey, we're not challenging you.
Never would.
Okay.
Is she going to hang up right now?
Liz, are you high or not?
I am.
Oh, I felt it.
He
I felt
knows it.
That's amazing.
What was it that made it?
It's weird. Sometimes when I throw a really weird question, a person who isn't high will usually just answer something normal. You know, like, I don't know, maybe this, you know?
Yeah.
High people really ponder that one. If they wait too long.
They can't help themselves.
Yeah,
They really want to answer.
you want to say something fun and, they could, you feel like, but it's hard to on the fly, especially if you're really stoned.
Good stuff. Well, thanks for playing along, Liz. We appreciate it.
Have a great day, guys.
You too.
All right. If you're doing a quick survey, yes, 100% of our audience is high.
That's a lot.
I tell you what, you're having a big week, kid.
Feels good.
It just keeps going.
KVJ in the morning on 97.9 WRMF. Kevin,
Oh, Bird, there is no doubt you got some skin hunger going on, my man.
Virginia,
I totally pick my nose in the car.
Jason.
Bigfoot is real. Rah!
Listen to the KVJ show anytime you want on your home speaker. Just use the voice command, play the KVJ show podcast. 97.9 WRMF.
How nice. Somebody sent us some Falcon facts. We're talking about a second ago, and producer Dennys knows when you're high. How many Falcons would it take to carry you away to work?
Yeah. Do we know? Have Falcons done this kind of work before?
The email from Wayward Son says, a peregrine falcon can carry half its weight, so at times they may need to make their kill lighter. They do this by removing one or both wings, the legs, and the head of the prey before carrying it to its nestlings. So they can carry half of its weight. So how much does a falcon weigh is the question. I think we could actually do the math here.
We could do the math, or somebody listening can do the math.
Falcon weight.
A female falcon weighs about 3.3 pounds. So each falcon could only take 1.5 pounds. So, yeah, I mean, you're talking, good heavens, you got to take basically, what do you weigh, Jay Bird?
Ooh, it's a touchy subject right now.
Oh, sorry.
Where?
What would you like to weigh?
That's more fun of a game.
Let's say 195 right now.
I think you're looking at about 90 falcons to carry you.
Falcons.
Yeah, 90 falcons to carry you away. And if you're still too heavy, they would remove your head and your arms.
I thought 7
And when
would
you
do
show up
it.
for work headless and armless, you're not going to be able to work good.
No.
That would be cool though if Falcons did pick you up and you were still alive.
Yeah, if they spare your head and arms, that would be nice of them.
They bring you into their own nest.
You think you're not productive at work now. Try to work with no arms and head.
I mean, how would 90 Falcons do that? They got to flap their wings and everything. It'd just be kind of tough.
I feel like their wings would all hit each other, too.
I know. Yeah, I just you know what? Oddly enough, I don't think it's a realistic question.
I wonder how long it would take for them to eat you. Am I asking? Okay, we're getting down.
I don't know.
It's kind of dark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know.
First, they were just bringing you to work and it was happy. Now they're eating your flesh. I don't know. I'm checking out.
All right, I'm checking out, too. I've said too much.
Well, we got a fun little topic here. Got a lot of response on the KVJ Show Facebook page on the best movie based on a true story. Those are fun. Now, the question is, how based are they? And the ones I hate are the ones where they're not based really at all, and then you think you know the history of it, and you're like, well, and then you spout something off, somebody say, that's not what happened.
Yeah, like a Rudy. You crushed my dreams on that one, Ralston.
Yeah, that's why, honestly, I didn't even put it on the list because it's very loosely based because some of the other football players in that Notre Dame team were like, well, it didn't happen that way.
And you said no one liked them, and the whole point of the movie was how the football team gave up their spot so Rudy could play Virginia.
And it's all a lie, Bird.
Lies.
And did Rudy actually get a sack? Did he actually get on the field, and did he sack another player like they did in the movie?
Yeah. Not sure. Maybe the guy just tripped.
Did the crowd really chant Rudy?
No, I don't think so.
No, there's
not
no
at all.
way,
No, that
right?
didn't happen. No, I mean, how would they? They don't know who he is. I mean, come on.
And it was back then.
Yeah. So Rudy didn't make our list. Best movie based on a true story. Some of the suggestions that people gave to us: Goodfellas.
Is that complete? Oh yeah, I guess it is real. Henry Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real story.
Absolutely.
That's probably one of the best ones.
If you were coming up with a ranking of the best, yeah, you might say that Goodfellas might be number one.
Donnie Brasco with Johnny Depp. That's a fantastic movie.
It is a good movie. Yeah, I saw that not too long ago. I think Goodfellas is a good bit better.
It is better.
But it is a good movie.
You like Goodfellas, Virginia?
I don't think I've seen it.
What the heck, man?
I'm sorry.
You've never seen Goodfellas?
There's like so many movies I haven't seen, and you always yell at me.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm not mad. I'm just more sad.
Just sad.
I don't know what to tell you, bruh.
I'd love to do a gangster mafia weekend with you.
I would watch those. Because I like The Godfather. I've seen that.
There's no way you don't love Goodfellas. I would stake my entire reputation on it.
I agree with you.
Okay, some of the ones that I would say my favorites, if you're talking about the best movie based on a true story, Goodfellas is up there. I love The Blind Side. And it kind of saddens me because I saw, the Big Mike in that movie. He's a real professional football player. He's like, I regret even licensing. He said, I wish that movie would have never come out.
Really?
Yeah, I hate to see that. I even just saw that just today.
Why? Because it wasn't
true? He was, I guess he didn't like to be called Big Mike. He's just like, there's a lot of things that weren't necessarily that true. And he just now, that's all he hears. And he really is like, I want to be known for my playing, not for like this whole story and people take sympathy on me and this and that. He's like, the way people treat him now after that movie came out, I guess he doesn't like any of that stuff.
I get it. If you want to be known for your football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I kind of heard that before, though, that there's several things about that movie that he doesn't like.
Is he still close with the family, or is he like, I'm done with y'all?
No, I think he is. I think that they are kind of like his adopted family. I think that's kind of all the same. But yeah, I'll have to read that article and get back to you because I was like, oh man, I was a little bit bummed out.
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh man, another one. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Such a good flick.
Yeah, that's Saul. That's based on a true story.
That movie doesn't slow down either. I mean, there's not many holes in that movie as far as boredom.
You've got American Sniper. Cool story. That's kind of true, that movie. And then what about some of the music ones? A Bohemian Rhapsody or Straight Outta Compton? Those are both solid. I like Bohemian Rhapsody.
I liked Bohemian Rhapsody. It was good. The Elton John one was weird for me.
Yeah,
I didn't love
list.
that one.
Didn't make my list. I thought Straight Outta Compton was great.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
I saw that in the theater. I was so happy.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater too.
And another one that I really liked, best movie based on a true story, Hidden Figures.
That's a great movie.
Is
that the space program one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Taraji P. Henson is in that one. Yeah, that is a fantastic movie. I'm a big fan of that. So those are probably right now, off the top of my head, some of my favorites. Oh, and I would also throw in Remember the Titans. That is a solid movie. Denzel Washington, football.
That is one of those movies. It doesn't matter what channel it is on. If it is on, I end up watching that movie every time. It doesn't matter what part it's on.
So those are some of the movies that would make up my top 10. Okay, the best movie that is based on a true story. And that's always the whole thing. Like, okay, how much of this really is true?
For example, Tombstone is one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's loosely based on some of those guys that were back, fighting at the OK Corral. But, I mean, they had to have taken liberties with that
I know, a lot. And so that's just kind of, especially if you're watching something, feeling like you're learning of being entertained, and that's the tough part about it. How much of this is actually, close to what happened?
When you told me about Rudy, I was legit bummed out. You said it was one of my favorite movies.
We know. You still hold on to it and talk about it.
And we talked about it, the Hidden Figures part where Kevin Costner hits the sign.
Yes.
We've been told that part wasn't true either, that they added that in there.
Dramatic effect.
Yeah.
It was a great statement.
I loved that part.
Yeah, it was, because it was such a good statement. I mean, it's really something right now if you're looking to kind of just see the color divide that has happened in this country and where it was as to where it is now. It would be a very timely movie to check out.
I heard Rocky was loosely based on, was it Rocky Marciano or Marciano?
Marciano.
Was Rocky based on him?
I don't know.
I thought Rocky was based sort of on a real person.
Yeah. I thought it was Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
It's definitely not the squirrel. And how dare you say squirrel?
He's got a thing with squirrels. Or squirrels got a thing with him.
An ongoing war with the squirrels in my neighborhood.
That's right.
The squirrels in his neighborhood are crazy, Kevin. I thought he was just blowing smoke, and then I dropped him off the other day after work, and I couldn't believe it. They travel in gangs.
They do, man.
They stole the rims off your car?
When we pulled up, there was like a bunch of them, and they all just looked at the car like, what?
And they chased the car.
They chased the car.
There was 5 squirrels bowing up, and Virginia goes, oh my gosh, and they start running all towards the car.
It was crazy. I've never seen squirrels act like that.
Was one of them really Suits?
It's a good question.
Yeah. I gotta check, see what he's doing out there. Some of the other ones people suggesting here. How about Social Network? Would you say that is one of the best movies based on a true story?
I love that movie. That is a fantastic movie.
You would agree then?
But how accurate is it? I heard that Zuckerberg was such a jerk to deal with.
Yeah.
But was he that big of a jerk?
There's a lot of people right now that don't like him.
I'm one of them.
Zodiac. Somebody text in.
Creepy. You wouldn't like it, V. There's a couple parts in there.
It's too real.
It's done very well because you're watching it and you're very uncomfortable.
Zodiac Killer, is that what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
Still never caught that guy.
Really?
Yeah.
They say he lives in Tequesta, probably.
You ain't right.
That ain't right.
That is so mean.
That's creepy.
127 Hours.
Fantastic movie. James Franco. The Aaron Ralston is the guy's name. The real story.
Kevin's brother, Aaron Ralston.
He was that rock.
Shoot his arm off, right?
The rock climber. Yeah, he cut his arm off.
Yeah. Okay.
That's an intense movie, but very good.
Wow. Catch Me If You Can.
I
Fantastic.
love that movie.
Good movie.
So good.
And it really is.
Oh.
I like how Tom Hanks ended up really kind of. He needed him. He needed him to call him.
What was his name? Frank?
Yes.
Yeah, he they helped each other
They
in
did,
the end.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
Apollo 13, another Tom Hanks movie.
The loudest movie ever in a theater.
Yeah.
Says who?
Says everybody in the theater that night. I'm telling you. Go watch that movie in a theater and tell me how your hearing is after.
Tom Hanks, I mean, how many movies has he done based on a true story? He's got Sully. He's got the Mr. Rogers.
Philadelphia.
He's got Philadelphia. He has got Captain Phillips.
Joe versus the volcano.
Splash, of course.
You're right, though. He does.
He has a ton of movies that were based on a true story.
Huh.
I still haven't pulled the trigger on that Mr. Rogers movie.
Oh, it's so good, Bird.
Okay.
I saw that one in the theater with my mom, and we loved it.
And he has the one on Roy Disney. Or Walt Disney.
That is a good movie. I accidentally watched that movie, and it's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
It kept my interest.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I think Tom Hanks got to lead the league in this category, right?
I think he does.
Okay.
Tom Hanks is just a boss. Think of all that money from all those major blockbusters.
Would you throw in A League of Their Own? Because it really was based on that time period.
I think they were,
and
yeah.
some of those names were real.
I think so. Somebody says up with The Post, too. He was in that movie. Like Woodward Bernstein or whatever all that kind of stuff was. I think that's what that was. Somebody said, how about All the President's Men? I think that was what that was. That is based on a true story.
Yeah, any of the biography movies, those are always pretty good. I like those.
Did you see The King's Speech?
Virginia did.
Did you like that?
You loved it.
I did?
Yes, remember?
That's convincing.
The king.
The one where he's stuttering?
Yeah, I remember you came in talking about raving about it. Did I dream that?
You did dream that. I never saw that movie. I wanted to see it, but I didn't see it.
Oh, man. It's all blurring together.
Yeah, it is, huh?
You're the only Virginia I know.
Now he's got to figure out.
I thought you came in here and said it was beautiful and you were moved.
Oh, boy. This is where he starts losing his mind.
I've never seen it.
It's like that one time I thought me and you had that deep conversation about monks and how they will put you to rest
Yeah,
in the
I never
woods.
had that, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't you.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
You need to lay off the weed.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Snuffle up a kush or whatever it was. Some of the other ones people text in here. We Are Marshall. Yes, that was a very amazing movie about the University of Marshall and their football team that died in the plane crash.
Got your boy in it, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I remember I grew up in that part of the world, too, and I remember that story as a kid. You have Titanic. Hello, right?
So good.
Get out of here.
That might be number one.
Rose, I question a lot of your decisions.
You've got everything from Cool Runnings, people suggested, to Patch Adams, to Miracle. That was a great movie about the U.S. hockey team that beat the Russians.
Oh, Panda likes that
That's
one.
a good one.
Yeah.
Patch Adams makes me feel weird. It's good, but there's a couple parts in that movie where you're like, oh, okay, I didn't see this turn coming.
Okay.
It's got turns in it, Virginia. You know Patch Adams.
I've never seen Patch.
What?
I know.
If Virginia doesn't watch movies,
I don't.
She's not been a lot of help in this segment.
No, she hasn't.
Ask me anything about Tiger King, though. I'm on it.
She's got that.
Trash only.
You got Mystery Alaska, Hacksaw Ridge. Somebody suggested 13 Hours is the best movie based off a true story.
What's 13 Hours? That feels familiar.
The Jackie Robinson movie was really good.
Oh, yeah. Was that 42?
Yes.
I believe that was. Yeah, that was really good. Your 13 Hours, that had The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. It had John Krasinski in it.
Someone's saying 8 Mile. It's loosely based on Eminem. I love that movie, though. Gosh, man, that's what I always watch.
Doesn't necessarily feel like it qualifies here. Someone else said The Departed, A Beautiful Mind, Braveheart.
Oh, Braveheart.
I think that's very loosely based, though,
It
isn't
is. Thethere's a part where, if you notice, they made a error in editing. It shows Mel Gibson running, and he's got an axe in his hand, and then it cuts to something else. It comes back to Mel. He's got paint on his face now. They cut back to Mel. Now he's got a sword in his hand. There's like four
Well,
different
maybe they didn't show him
takes.
running and painting his face.
It's like 4 or 5 different Mels in one scene.
You can't paint your face while you're fighting with a sword?
It's tough.
We should try that. Can you run and paint your face?
I could.
What would it look like?
You could.
I feel like I could paint my face and fight you with the sword and win.
I feel like I could paint my face and sprint and do a better job than you.
Could you paint your face with a sword while running?
Yes.
With the sword?
Yes.
No, you should never paint your face with a sword.
Well, so the sword's in one hand, and then
No, you're painting your face with the sword while running.
I'll take that challenge. Yeah.
I mean, talk about a low budge nose job. You get it real quick.
I'd love to challenge you on anything.
Anything. There's a fun little Reddit thread, too, that said, what is the funniest thing to happen during sex for you? Relations. Ever had something comical that has happened? One person wrote on here that I had a one-night stand with this guy. He fell off my bed while trying to be sexy, and when he stood up, his wig fell off.
Oh. That turned quick.
We had just met. I had no idea he was completely bald. I started to laugh out loud. He got offended and left.
Oh, man. That's rough.
That is tough.
So as he's grabbing everything, is he saying stuff to her as he's leaving? How dare you?
He probably was just, I mean, he's probably just sad. He probably just put his fake hair on and just, grabbed his clothes and walked out and got dressed in the living room.
I told you guys that story about that guy that I really liked. We were dating and we were making out. It was at my place.
Yeah.
And I was running my fingers through his hair, and there was like snaps. And they was snap-on hair. It was back before the technology of Hair Club today.
Yeah.
But I felt the snaps, and I had no idea he was bald.
When you were rubbing his hair during that time, did he feel like he was trying to kind of block you and hide it looking back?
Yes. And he started to squirm, and then by then it was too late. I already felt the snaps, and I was like, what's that?
Oh, I'm surprised Mouth was so quiet about
like,
it.
what?
I know.
What is that? What is that? What's that?
She couldn't #be cool.
I can only imagine how you handled that, and I know it's nothing short of horrific.
He left.
Yeah, I can't imagine why. I'm sure you were drinking.
Oh, I mean, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly.
Opinionated drunk Virginia.
What's that?
And younger, too, not as seasoned as you are.
One of the other comments said my husband wanted to do some role playing, so he dressed up like Superman and I dressed up like Lois Lane. Well, my husband had gained a little bit of weight, so he didn't really fit into his costume that well anymore.
Oh, bless his heart.
And as he tried to jump onto the bed, he ripped the ass part out of the costume. And I started to laugh really hard. And then my laughing hurt his feelings.
Oh.
And then I had to console him for the next 20 minutes, tell him that he wasn't that fat. Talk about a mood killer.
I'm sorry. If you've ever split your pants in the wrong, I did that at a wedding before dancing, and it's pretty humiliating.
Oh, man. That's tough. Somebody else wrote on Reddit, I was getting intimate with my boyfriend when our dog started licking the back of his butt cheeks. He said, the dog's licking my butt, babe, but it feels kind of good.
Oh, no.
I started laughing, even though I was really very disturbed at the same time. Dude. What?
That poor dog.
I don't know. The dog seems like he was the aggressor.
Yeah.
You're right.
And funniest thing to happen during sex, one Reddit comment said she had that clapping device where you could turn the lights on and off in her bedroom just by clapping. Well, apparently our clapping from our body slapping was turning the lights on and off as we were going at it. We both couldn't stop laughing.
Disco lights.
That's fascinating. Interesting experiment. There you go. Well, coming up today, I think at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be having my chat with my trainer, Kevin, and just some of the discussions that we have had, when I was working out. He's the first person that started to kind of really shape my perspective and give me new insight to what it is like growing up black, and especially in the inner city like he had. And some of the stories, you're just like, wow, they just blew my mind. They really did. And so we're going to have a conversation today. My conversations are going to be very South Florida based. I'm going to be talking to he and Ricky Aiken, a guy that is doing a lot of great stuff in the inner city in West Palm Beach. And all my conversations are really lined up like that. And I saw like Oprah, she's got a show coming up, which I think is going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to this. It's called Where Do We Go From Here? A 2-night special she's going to be doing, speaking with a range of black thought leaders, activists, and artists about systemic racism and the current state of America. And it's going to be simulcast across all of Discovery's 18 other U.S. networks. So Oprah back on TV in a big way. But I imagine her guest, it's going to be some really thought-provoking stuff that you'll want to check out. And so for my stuff, it's going to have, the local angle. So that's going to be a difference. Because you know what I figured out in life, Virginia? I can't compete with Oprah.
I was going to say, you're not going head to head with Oprah.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to dance in Oprah's. I'm not going to swim in Oprah's pool. I'm not going to get in her lane. So yeah, I think I'm going to call mine, because we were talking about the names and having people help me out with naming it. I think I'm just going to go South Florida United Podcast. That's going to be it. South Florida United, because that's ultimately the goal of what it is just talking about, really bringing everybody together. That has been the one thing, a couple things that I've gotten from all these stories in the protests. The number one is try to listen and remove your own desire to speak out and be like, yeah, but try to just take a deep breath, put the pause on that, and just listen for a change. I think too often we just want to speak and we don't want to hear. And that's step one. And the other one is realizing that to really fix these civil problems that we still have in America, everybody has got to walk together in step. Black, white, whatever color you might be, brown, get to be a part of this. And we need to have those kind of discussions and approach it with a sense of love, too. We got to look at it like we're family. We're all Americans. We got to come through this, and we should want the best for all Americans, regardless of what you look like.
And it really is eye-opening. If you haven't had the experience to grow up Black in this country, to just sit and listen to a few stories, because you will definitely be amazed if you've been protected from that narrative. And I think a lot of white people have. And if you haven't lived it, sure, you don't understand it. But now's a great time to listen to it and learn and see and go, okay, this is why people are saying Black Lives Matter. Because there are Black people that are being treated so differently.
Yes.
And we need to hear the stories and see how it practically applied to the lives to be able to say, okay, yes, this is a real problem.
And the thing that I hear a lot of people talking about right now is that I think we're going to discuss today at 1 o'clock on the KVJ Show Facebook page is the socioeconomic issues that are going on. And if we want to truly fix some things, there's some things that I think need to be looked at and addressed there. Is giving some of these kids in the inner city, and that's really what Ricky and my buddy Kevin are doing, is trying to work with these kids, mentor them. And I tell you, a human being that doesn't have any kind of hope or any kind of vision can be a dangerous human being. And when you can go in there and give these kids a little bit of both of that, then they're like, okay, I understand that there is a way to a better life, and here's how I get there.
Hope
I see
and
it.
a plan.
Yeah.
And people that believe in me and that are going to help me. That's beautiful.
That's exactly what it's going to all be about. So
Today at 1, you said?
Today, 1 o'clock, KBJ Show Facebook page. We'll have it up there. I'll post it like on our YouTube, and it'll be a podcast we'll do too, because I got a couple other conversations are going to be set up. But it is all with the goal that will hopefully give you a little bit more of an understanding about it. It's a conversation really for all the races to say, hey, look, okay, let's listen to each other and let's talk, and then let's say, hey, how can we make this place better? And it's really going to have a hyper focus on South Florida. These are going to be all South Florida groups and organizations and South Florida stories, so you'll be able to get that perspective on it.
I'm tuning in.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to look for your name popping up there. I'll be able to see who's in.
If we're not there, there's a problem.
Yeah.
If we don't support our guy, Kevin, we got you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. So it'll be up there. It's again, if it's something that you're interested in and would like to get a little bit more of, we're definitely going to dig deep. And I've got some really great emails that people have sent me too. And there's a lot of thoughts to bring into this, and I'll address all of those in that one place a little bit later on today. We do have the regular KVJ After the Show podcast. That is just going to be about 10 minutes away. And just to let you know, we had been going to 11 a.m. during the pandemic. This is our last day of doing that. We're going to return to ending the show at 10 a.m. and the podcast will be starting at 10 a.m. starting on Monday. So we're going to go back to that time.
And do we decide to knock off one of the dirts, or we're still going with 3? I wasn't sure if that was part of the...
Still going to be the regular, yeah.
Okay,
6, 7, and 8.
Just asking.
It's going to be there for you, man. There's no getting away from that. All right, before we get to the After the Show podcast, Jaybird, if you wrap us up with a thought today, my friend.
We must use time wisely and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Good job.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us